Hello. Well, we're here in my garage, and after a couple of hiccups, I think I'm finally going to actually change my thermostat and drain my radiator. So a couple things I learned. I posted one of those is knowing that the type of fluid that you put in your radiator matters. You want to make sure that you're using exactly the same kind that either your mechanic used or the kind that is already in there. So you'll have to take a look at it and maybe look at your receipt to see the type of coolant that they had used when you go to refill it. Okay, it does matter. So anyways, a couple of things that I learned is I wanted to put Mopar in there or make sure that I had Mopar in there. And when I first started to work on this project was just to change the thermostat, but then not knowing the type of coolant that I had, I'm like, well, I might as well go ahead and flush the radiator since I'm going to be draining some of it out anyway. So to me, you know, it's like I'd rather just have it done and done right, and then I know what's in there. And it's just me taking more charge of what's in my vehicle. So however you want to go about that. But I'm just sharing with you with what steps that I'm taking and the purpose of it. Okay. So there's a couple things. With the coolant, I wanted to use Mopar, and so I had learned that there's a concentrate, and then there's also a 50-50, a blend. So the 50-50 obviously is already the water and coolant, and then the other is a concentrate that you have to mix yourself. So with that in mind, because the dealer did not have the concentrate, didn't have the 50-50, I was forced to buy the concentrate, which means I have to mix it myself. Now, it just so happens that I have an extra 1 gallon jug laying around that was used for water. So I can easily mix a gallon of the concentrate in here, give myself 2 gallons of coolant. So one will be with me in my Jeep, as it always is, and then the other one will be used because I think I need 6 quarts once I flush my system. So I had this on hand. Lucky for me. Now the other thing that I learned is you need distilled water. So not all distilled waters are treated equal. So I just picked up a bottle of distilled water knowing that I needed it, not knowing the kind because I didn't look at the label. I thought they were all the same. Well, I picked up one for the baby, and it has minerals in it. AKA really not distilled water. Distilled water has everything taken out of it. So do read the label, make sure that it is pure 100% distilled water. So I had to go grab my neighbor to go get me another gallon of distilled water. So I just love these things that we learn as we go. The other thing that's really helpful is that you have all your parts. Okay. Now, somewhere around here, I had the tool. So sometimes we don't always have tools that we need that make it a lot easier. So this little guy, see, he's got a beak on him. Anyways, he will help me take this clamp off, which I'll flip it around here to show you. Well, I've got to turn my light on. And mind you, I'd done this video a little bit earlier today without taking all the stuff off. So I'll walk through it again. But as you can see, get the light. Oh, maybe not. Well, I thought I was going to get you the light. Hold on. Okay, so holding the light, holding the phone, all these fun things. So fun, so fun, so fun. Okay, so this clamp is the one that uses this type of tool. And basically you just put it on there and then it squeezes, well actually because I have to put the phone down, but you'll grab this and then that'll squeeze that so it'll be easier for it to come off. So this tool is handy, but as you can see, how many times you're going to use that damn thing, right? So I don't know whether or not you want it in your toolbox or not is up to you. I borrowed one from a neighbor. He just so happened to have one. So I have the coolant. Since I had to take this part off, I did not disconnect it here. You can disconnect it here, but it is a pain in the ass. But you do have to take the clamps off. You just use a screwdriver for that. And then since I already had that apart, I thought, well, I would just pull this off as well and check out this filter. So this filter obviously is very dirty. Not so bad on that side, okay, but I am going to go ahead and replace it and then clean this out. I just so happened I had a new one, so I'll go ahead and replace that while I'm here. Because I'm going to be draining the radiator, I do have to get on down to the bottom. There's a plug, and I have to do that. So some of the things that I have are some gloves, and then these little plastic doohickey will handle the fluid that's going to come out of my Jeep. And you know, you always need needle nose pliers, a screwdriver. It also will be beneficial to have a funnel just for radiator fluid coolant, instead of, don't use the oil one as well. Okay, so have a separate one, make sure it's different, or mark it or something like that. Obviously, you've got to have the new part. This is the thermostat that I'll be replacing, and like I said, it's super easy, which is why I always encourage you girls, you know, to do that. So all I had to do was take these two clamps off, okay, flip this over, okay, because it was sitting here, flip that over, open this up, okay, there's two bolts. I don't know if you can see that. I'll see if I can get the camera down here. There's these two bolts. There's this one and one down here, and then that clamp, okay, that's it. And then I'm going to put the new one on. Technically, it could take you like 15 minutes if you had all the parts, you had all the supplies that you need, and the tools. Technically, this job would take you 15 minutes. And you know how much the dealer wants to charge me for it? $275. Okay, now mind you, majority of that is labor. Okay, the parts are expensive, but you're gonna have to pay that anyways. Okay, it is a Mopar part, and it was like $40. So these things, very simple, like the alternator that I've showed you. Now I'm doing the thermostat on the radiator, okay, and I'm gonna drain my radiator. Okay, simple, simple, simple. Save yourself a ton of money, plus it gives you great satisfaction that you can do it yourself. Okay, so I encourage you to try. And if you ever need help and you want me to come over and give you some support, I would be more than willing to do that. And I know that Domestic Diesel also will help you if you had any questions, or if you wanted them to do it. I also do have a couple other referrals, one in Marietta. His name's John Thomas. He does it on the side. He's the one that's going to be helping me. He allows me to buy the parts and then kind of will watch me do it if I get stuck. Okay. So we have some people in the industry that are more than willing to help us. So I just encourage you to at least try. I know some of you don't want to get your hands dirty, and that's okay too. So no judgment on anyone's part, but I'm just saying that a lot of this stuff actually you could do yourself. Okay, so I hope you have a very good day. This COVID-19 thing sucks. The big one, but that's okay because I'm getting shit done on my Jeep. All right. So you guys have a fantastic day. Love you all. Miss you all. Want to get on the trail. So stay cool. Bye.